All right, let's take you to this developing story now. There is the Albertina Sisulu Memorial Lecture that is expected to be held in Soweto tonight. It will focus on Sisulu's contributions to nursing, activism and leadership within the ANC Women's League. It is one in a series of events to honor the life and legacy of the struggle stalwart. For more on this, we cross live to SABC News Reporter Samkele Maseko. Samkele, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about the program tonight. Who's expected to speak?
Well, Bongiwe, at this point in time, the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, was supposed to address this Albertina Sisulu lecture here at Uncle Tom's Hall in Soweto, but the Secretary General of the ANC will not be coming. He is still inside the National Working Committee meeting of the African National Congress, which will run until late this evening. The Women's League President, Sisisi Tolashe, will now address this particular memorial lecture. It was initially meant to be addressed by the President of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, but he is also not available. The provincial chair of the ANC, Panyaza Lesufi, was also meant to come here. He is also no longer coming here, particularly knowing the perceived feud politically that is there between Panyaza Lesufi and also the Secretary General of the ANC, Panyaza Lesufi. You know those words where Panyaza Lesufi has been described as ill-disciplined in saying that there is democratic centralism in the ANC and that Gauteng cannot want to push a particular narrative of wanting to work with the MK party and the EFF and speaking against the government of national unity. Bongiwe.
And of course, Samkele, this comes at a time when there are also challenges in the country in and itself, for example, especially when you think about, Albertina Sisulu's nursing career. Right now, communities are really just trying to understand what's even at the heart of some of the poisoning claims that we have been seeing.
If you've seen during the course of the day, I saw our colleague Calvin Dludla covering Lebogang Maile, the MEC of Finance and Economic Development within the province of Gauteng, who's been speaking about some of these poisoning issues that are taking place within Spada shops in the township of Soweto. Those are some of the issues that the Women's League, you would anticipate, will be addressed here today by Faith Mazibuko, the provincial chair of the ANC Women's League, who is also the MEC of Community Safety within the province of Gauteng. You'd also anticipate that some other issues pertaining to these issues that are taking place in the townships will also be addressed by the provincial secretary of the ANC, TK Ngiza, and also the Women's League president, Sisisi Tolashe, who also happens to be the Minister of Social Development within the country. You'd also come to know that the Minister of Small Business and Enterprises within the country, Ntombeni Abrahams, has also spoken about the issue of these spaza shops currently owned by foreign nationals within these townships across the country. Also, the department has been conducting research on how many spaza shops are still owned by South Africans. It's an issue that is at the heart of Panyaza Lesufi and also Lebogang Maile as the MEC of Economic Development. When it comes to the township economy, you'd remember Panyaza Lesufi once ran a program in saying that these spaza shops must come back to the hands of South Africans. Also, the Department of Small Business and Enterprises has also been saying that those who own these particular buildings that house these spaza shops that are owned by foreign nationals must come back to the Department of Small Business and Enterprises to apply for funding to regain this particular sector of the economy to the hands of South Africans, using the Department of Small Business and Enterprises by these South Africans who own the buildings of these shops to apply for funding to re-own this particular sector once again. Bongiwe.
And of course, Samkele will catch up with you a little later on when that program gets underway. Thank you so much for that update. Your finger always on the pulse there. That's my colleague Samkele Maseko, SABC News reporter. And of course, we will be in conversation with Calvin Dludla shortly as well, as you heard Samkele mentioning him about that particular operation, as well as community meeting that was conducted by the MEC for Economic Development in Gauteng, Lebogang Maile.